What the fuck was that? I can't believe what I just seen. Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia, and what in the hell was that? We just seen the Gold Coast Titans. the Gold Coast Titans beat the West Tigers 28 points to 23. The Titans' first win in 364 days. What the fuck is wrong with the West Tigers? Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Sunday Football Review. And I just can't believe what I just seen. We just saw the Gold Coast beat the West Tigers. I thought the West Tigers would win by 30 to 40 points. They led 12-0, the Tigers. And then they led 22-12. They fucking lost. What the fuck's wrong with the Tigers? Michael Maguire right now is probably in that dressing room at Suncorp Stadium. He would be absolutely giving it to the Tigers. I'll tell you what. If I was the Tigers right now, if I was in that fucking locker room, I'd be shit nervous. I think there'll be some players dropped after that. I know it's only just one game, but boy, oh boy, I'd be shocked if the Tigers named the same side next weekend. There'll be some changes next week for the West Tigers, but holy shit. Before I get into the Titans versus the Tigers, let's talk about the earlier game. The Raiders and the Knights. The Knights beat the Raiders 34 points to 18. Now, I'm not surprised that Newcastle won. I said in my tipping video on Tuesday, I'll give Newcastle a chance in this one. And boy, oh boy, they fucking gave him a chance, all right. They fucking mauled Canberra. We'll go back to the game itself. Newcastle started off really well. And I thought for Newcastle to beat Canberra today, they would have to start well. And Jesus, they started well, all right. They got up to a really good start. Bradman Best scored the first try. I chucked a late $1 on that. So Bradman Best won me $20. So thank you, Bradman Best. He scored 2 tries today. Bradman Best, he had a great game. Edric Lee got a double. Newcastle got out to a 10-0 lead early, and they were looking pretty good. Was it 10-0? 10-12? Yeah, or something like that. 10-12-0 lead early. They started really well, Newcastle. Canberra hit back with a try. Then they needed to hit back, and they did. Half-time, Newcastle scored just before half-time now. Nari Tawala scored a penalty try to make it 16-6 at the break, and I'm not a big fan of the penalty try personally. I think it's overused these days, you know. If you're in front of someone and you get taken out, it's automatically a penalty try. Even though you have an opportunity, there's a chance that you could still drop the ball. But I'm not a big fan of the penalty try. I think it's overused a little bit too much. There's certain ways to explain a penalty try, like if you get coat-anged or something, or if you get shoulder charged about the ball, or you get tackled about the ball. Like, there's no guarantee you would have scored it. I mean, I don't know. The shoulder charge is overused. So at half-time, Newcastle went into a 16-6 lead. And I thought to myself, well, if the Raiders would just stay patient for a minute, they can come back and win this game. And the Raiders in the first half of mine, they were just panicking. They weren't patient at all. And they just decided to play stupid football. They kept making really poor errors and poor decisions. So Newcastle ended up starting the second half just like how they started the first half. They started the second half brilliantly. They got out to a 28-6 lead, and I'm sitting there going, what the fuck am I watching? Newcastle were flogging the Raiders. Canberra go from smashing Melbourne 22-6 in Melbourne one week and down 28-6 with half an hour to go against the Knights. What are the Raiders doing? So the Raiders come back, a couple of quick tries, and they're coming right back into it, and Papali got over at one point there, and it was 28 points to 18, and I'm thinking, oh, here we go. The Raiders are playing patient now. They're coming back. 10 minutes to go. Jack Whiten's forced to go off with a head knock, and the Knights are licking their chops there, and then Pong has to go off with a head knock, and I'm thinking, oh, shit, maybe Canberra can still get it. They put Jordan Rapana in the 5'8" position, which clearly didn't work. You know, Josh Hodgson and George Williams tried really hard, but it wasn't to be. The Knights got home 28 or 34. I scored, actually, before I get to the rest of the game, Canberra throwing the ball around, and it didn't matter. It was a knock on, and then Bradman Best scored a second, and they ended up winning 34-18. Then there was a bit of a fight there at the end there. David Clemmer got punched in the face by someone. He wasn't really happy with that, Clemmer. He had the shits. Can't say I blame him. But Newcastle won the game by just getting up in the Canberra Raiders' face and really playing smart footy, not panicking when they were under the pump, you know. They were really disciplined, the Newcastle side, and I thought it was a great performance from Newcastle, and I think they just proved to me and pretty much everyone who's a rugby league supporter and a big fan of the NRL and stuff, and I think Newcastle just proved to me that, and everyone else, that they are a genuine top 8 side. Maybe they're a top 4 team as well. They look like a really good side. I got to say, Kurt Mann's a fucking imposter. Doesn't know how to pass the fucking ball. So, Kurt Mann sure as hell isn't a 5'8". Never passes the ball. Nothing but a dead set imposter, that Kurt Mann. And, yeah, wow. Well done to Newcastle on a 34 points to 18 win. I'm not surprised that Newcastle won. I'm just surprised by the score. So, well done to Newcastle. They will look forward to Saturday when I take on Melbourne, which will be a huge game. And Canberra will look to hit back against the Tigers. Now, let's get into that game. Tigers and Titans. Actually, no, hang on. Before I get into that, Canberra, Newcastle, right? My man, the match in the Newcastle Raiders game, I'm going to give it to Mitchell Pearce. Number 3, I'll go Bradman Best. Number 2, Kalen Ponga. And number 1, Mitchell Pearce, best on ground. Now, let's get into this fucking Gold Coast and West Tigers game. What on earth did I just watch? Seriously. Now, the West Tigers scored the first try of the game with Adam Doueihi. Great try. Adam Doueihi played well tonight. And then Corey Thompson got an intercept. So, shout out to Adam Doueihi and Corey Thompson. I won $52 on the try scorer Cornella tonight. So, thank you to those guys for getting that for me. That was a little cheeky bet that I got on before kickoff. So, that was nice. $50 straight away. So, that was cool. 12-0, the Tigers are up. And I thought, the Tigers will probably go on and win this by 30 to 40 points. I think everyone thought the same thing. And then the Gold Coast, they score a quick try, and next thing you know, that it's they're in the game. It's back on again. I think it was Kevin Proctor that scored it from memory. Proctor scored, and then Ash Taylor did a crossfield kick to Anthony Don, and Anthony Don scored in the corner, and that was outstanding. Half time was 12-all, and I'm thinking, are you serious? The Titans are leveled up at half time. I couldn't believe what I was watching. So, Tigers start the second half well. Joey Leilua scores. Tigers are out to a 16-12 lead, and I'm thinking, yeah, they're probably going with it here, the Tigers, and they look like they're going to go on with the job here, the West Tigers. And then they scored again, the Tigers, and they got it out to a 22-12 lead, and they look like they're going to go on with the job. And then the Titans, with about, 10 minutes to go or something, Keegan Hipgrave scores next to the post, which I was like, what the fuck? Hipgrave scores 22 points to, 22-18 or something, and then Ash Taylor makes a run, nice little kick there for Brian Kelly, I think it was, and he scored. Taylor misses the kick, it's 22-all, and I'm thinking, fuck me, there's going to be a field goal shootout. Titans are on the attack, they look like they're going to kick a field goal, and they kick crossfield, which was stupid. Tigers go down the other end. Marshall kicks the field goal. Tigers are up 23-22. About 2-3 minutes to go, and you think, yeah, Tigers will hang on here. Bit of experience, they'll get home to Tigers. And then, well, fuck me there. The Titans kick short. It bounces short, and then before the line there, the Titans get the ball back, and they're on the attack. They're not even thinking field goal. They're thinking, stuff field goal. They a little bit of razzle-dazzle. They kick it back on the inside. And then Philip Semi picks it up, scores a try, and the Titans win. The Titans win 28 points to 23. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say fuck the Titans and all that. All I will say is to the Titans fans out there that are, happy that they won and they're all crying. I know there's a lot of Titans fans online crying about a win and all that. What I will say about the Titans is celebrate the win while you can, because it's the only fucking win that they'll get this year. That is the only win the Gold Coast will have this year. They will not win another game of football this year. That's it. They won't beat anyone else this year. So celebrate the Titans. Celebrate like it's your fucking grand final or something, your semi-final win. Because that is the only time The only time the Gold Coast will win a game this year. Now, the West Tigers, you fucking morons. What a fucking disgrace the Tigers were. Seriously, how do you go from beating Cronulla to losing to the Titans? What are you? You fucking imposters. What a bunch of parasites. Seriously. Probably one of the most failed fucking performances that I've ever seen. That is one of the worst West Tigers second halves of football that I have ever seen. They choked that game hard. And if any Tigers fan out there thinks that they were robbed, they are a fucking clown. Seriously, you lost to the worst team in the competition. Take it on the chin. You led 22-12. You led 12-0. You lost the game. You lost it fair and square. I don't care if you think there's some dodgy calls. You stuffed it up yourselves. For crying out loud. The West Tigers should be ashamed of themselves. Seriously, that was an absolute embarrassment. And I do not blame any West Tigers supporter that cancels their membership. Because that was garbage. I feel sorry for West Tigers supporters. Because you got to put up with shit like this. Lose to the Titans. But, good grief. Full credit to you if you stick with your side, but that was a garbage performance. That makes me sick on the inside, seriously. My man the match in the West Tigers game, number 3 for the... Okay, so let me think of man the match here for the second, Titans. Right. Number 3, I will give it to Philip Semi. Number 2, Anthony Don. Number 1, fucking Ash Taylor. Ash Taylor was man of the match in that game, in my opinion. Ash Taylor had the best game of his career in fucking ages. Well, so, in the Knights Raiders game, my man of the match goes to Mitchell Pearce. And in the Titans game, it goes to Ash Taylor. So, the two halfbacks today. Anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the Sunday football review. Make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Congratulations to the Newcastle Knights and the Gold Coast Titans on a very gutsy and brave performance today. I don't believe the Titans will win another game this year, but for crying out loud, you never know these days. But I don't think they'll win another game this year. Celebrate it while you can, Titans fans, because you won't win another one this year. They're still a shit club. They're still losers. Congratulations on a one-off win. They won't win again soon. Anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.